A few weeks ago, we built a tool to analyze individual mutual funds on this channel. We looked at the expense ratio, the fund manager, the 5-year returns, whether it was actually worth investing in. And a lot of you came back and said, okay, but what about my portfolio? Not one fund, the whole thing. The 4-5 funds you're already putting money into every single month. The SIP is running on autopilot. The lump sum you put in 2 years ago and haven't thought about since. Is it actually working for you? Is it built towards your goal, your timeline, the returns you're expecting? Most investors genuinely do not know about it. Not because they do not care, but because no one's ever shown them how to look at it properly. You can take hours and do it yourself, manually going through each fund, searching for it, searching for the right ratios, finding the answers one by one. But in today's world of AI, you can do all of this analysis in the click of a single button. So today, we are going to do exactly that. I've built an AI-powered portfolio auditor, completely free, runs right in your browser. All you have to do is put in the name of your funds, your SIP amounts, your lump sums, your goals, and it will tell you whether your portfolio is built to get you there. It will look at expense ratios, goal alignment, risk fit, everything in one place. And today, I'll give you a walkthrough on how to use it. So if that's the case, what are you waiting for? This is Ajay. Welcome to Market Feed. So here we're going to use two free tools in order for you to do your mutual fund portfolio analysis. So the first one is Claude AI. We've been using it for the last multiple videos, and in my opinion, it is much better than ChatGPT for our specific use case. And the second one is a tool called as One Finance. You need a specific website there. I'll be showing you how to use it as well. So here I've made an entire prompt for you. It is 16 pages, and all you have to do is come here and copy paste it into the Claude AI tool. So I've opened the Claude AI tool here. You can do it too either on your Chrome browser or you can download the app. And I'm going to paste the entire prompt from the Google Doc. And I'm going to hit enter here. So first it will do an analysis and it will ask you to upload one specific screenshot. So that one specific screenshot, let's look at what you have to do. So the thing you have to upload here is go to onefinance.co.in and go to the portfolio overlap tool, and you'll need to upload the mutual fund list that you have already invested in. So I'm just going to Google that, One Finance portfolio overlap, and here you can find the tool that we're going to use today. You have to come here, select the manually add funds. Here I've added 5 specific mutual funds that I'm going to analyze today, and here we're going to find the overlap, if there is any overlap in the holdings of these 5 mutual funds. So click on the find overlap button and you'll get a result like the one you can see here. So what I want you to do is to take a screenshot of this portion and upload it into Claude. Okay, I'm going to do that here. So what is it saying here? Go to One Finance, open the portfolio overlap tool, add all the mutual funds you hold, up to 5 mutual funds, take a screenshot of the overlap result and upload it here. So we have done that, and now we are going to click on enter. So it is analyzing all the mutual funds that I've given. It is detecting the funds that I've given exactly. Kotak Nifty Alpha 50 Fund, the Nifty 200 Momentum 30 Index Fund, Motilal Oswal Fund, Parag Parikh Flexi Cap and Quant Flexi Cap. So if everything looks correct, you can reply with confirmed is what it is saying. So here I have only 5 mutual funds to analyze. I'm going to hit on confirmed. If you want to add any equity mutual funds, you can do it right now. If you want to add any debt mutual funds in your portfolio, you can do that in the next step. So this will take some time. So now Claude is going to ask you certain questions in a very interactive way in order to understand who you are as an investor, because your portfolio is an extension of who you are, right? And that's what we're going to do here. So the first question is, what is your investment goal? You can come select that here. What is your investment horizon? You can select that here also. The risk appetite. Are you a moderate investor? Are you a conservative investor? Or are you an aggressive investor? You can fill all of that from here. And what is the expected annual return also? Let's go ahead and fill it here. So first, let's go to the investment goal. I'm going to give wealth creation, and here in investment horizon, I'm going to give at least 10 years. Risk appetite, I think I can be an aggressive investor expecting at least an annual return of 12%. So here you can give monthly SIP going into all of these funds, or you can give lump sum that you've already invested into all of the funds. You can give both if you want to. So here let's give an example. I'm going to give a equal split of SIP amount of 50,000 rupees, that is 10,000 rupees into each mutual fund. As you can see, it is very interactive. Go ahead, download the prompt and try it for yourself as you watch this video. Go ahead, give the lump sum numbers. So let me give some example numbers here. So let's say here I'm giving 50,000, here I'm giving another 50,000. Nifty 50 index fund, let's give 1.5 lakhs. Parag Parik Flexi Cap 2.5 lakhs. Quant Flexi Cap also let's give here. So I've given all the plan types as direct growth because that is the funds that I want to analyze here. If you are investing into a regular mutual fund, you can come and give it also here. So in order for you to run this tool, you need to know the basics of few mutual fund terms. What is a direct mutual fund? What is a regular mutual fund? What is an SIP? What is a lump sum? All of these basic terms you'll be needing to know if you are to use this tool properly. So you can skip the section C, that is auto fetch from our previous screenshot that we have given here. And here section D, if you have any other funds in your portfolio, you can come and enter it here. So I'm going to give SBI Magnum Gilt Fund here. So it's a debt fund. Let me see if there's a gilt fund option. There is not. So I'm going to give it as a debt fund. There's no monthly SIP. I'm going to give 1 lakh direct as the fund type here. So go ahead and analyze my portfolio. That's what I'm going to ask Claude to do right now. So as you can see, it is now going through the entire portfolio details that we've given, and it is fetching live data for all the 6 funds that we've given. 5 equity mutual funds and the 1 SBI Magnum Gilt Fund that we have also given. It is looking at a lot of different metrics and it's building a dashboard to see if it aligns with the personal goals that you set for yourself. So wait nearly 3 to 5 minutes in order for this tool to complete analyzing your portfolio. So it has taken nearly 5 minutes to make this entire analysis. On the top, you can see 5 tabs: overlap analysis, cost and performance, goal and horizon fit, portfolio audit table, and final verdict. So we'll go through them one by one. The first one is the overlap analysis. That means, are any of your funds redundant in such a way that you're investing into 2 mutual funds, just that they have 2 different names. You might be thinking that, hey, this fund is different, this fund is different, let me invest into both. But essentially, they're investing into the same stocks. That's what we're going to try and understand here. Here you can see that is the case. UTI Momentum 30 and Kotak Alpha 50. They have a 46% overlap. The stocks are very similar. But 30 to 50% is to be only reviewed. About 50% is where the real concern comes in. So I'm not too worried about this portfolio because Alpha 50 and Momentum 30, they're completely different versions, right? So in this 6-month period, they're having a similar portfolio or stock holdings, but I'm guessing over the next 6 months a churn will happen and these 2 mutual funds will divert in their holdings. So that's what I'm expecting. So I'm going to keep it for review. If in the next quarter also they're going to have a high overlap, I'll consider changing one of these funds out. And here you can also see Parag Parik Flexi Cap and the Nifty 50 index also has a 39% overlap. That also I'm not too worried because in the Flexi Cap mutual fund, I also know that they're going to keep on moving around stocks. So I'm not going to be concerned about that. Again, I'm going to keep it for review. And if the same pattern is going to repeat over the next 6 months, I'll take it into consideration. So let's go ahead into the next tab. You can see the entire overlap tab here. This is not my favorite tab. Let's get quickly into the cost and performance table. So here you can have a quick look at the direct expense ratio. That is a cost that you're paying every single year for this mutual fund. I can see that all are acceptable, right? 0.35, 0.43, 0.12, 0.63, 0.74. None are concerning, none are above even 1%, let alone even above 1.5%. The next thing that I need to do here is to look at the versus expected percentage. So earlier we had given 10% as the annual return that we are expecting. Even if it is 12%, it is okay. You can see all of these funds are at the same level or even slightly exceeding the expectation. You can see that only the Motilal Oswal Nifty 50 index fund is giving 11.18%, which is meeting expectations. It is not overachieving. But otherwise, everything looks okay. SBI Magnum Gilt Fund is saying it is a few percentage below my expected return, but that is okay. That is a debt fund. I don't mind it being slightly lower than my expectation. Now let's look at the goal and horizon fit. It is going to look at if the mutual funds that I've given are aligned with the goal that I've given, if they're aligned with the risk I've given. So you can see all are strong fits except one, which is a SBI Magnum Gilt Fund. It is a government bond fund. It is best for a minimum investment horizon of 3 to 5 years. But here I'm going for 10 years. I'm going for wealth creation. So it is asking, or it is flagging, saying that review is needed. Why are you investing into such a fund when your goal is 10 plus years? For me, there is an answer. Funds like these, debt funds like these, will give you the flexibility in order to reinvest back into equity when the market falls. That means in the recent fall, I would have liquidated this gilt fund and I would have invested that into equity. So that is a goal here. But again, it is true. I should not be looking at this SBI Magnum Gilt Fund for a 10-year portfolio horizon. So hope that is clear. And here it also gives me an entire perspective of what is going to happen to my money. So I've given that a monthly SIP of 50,000 is going to happen. I've already invested 8.5 lakh rupees, and it is saying that with the projected corpus at 10 years, it is going to be nearly 1.52 CR after 10 years. So that looks to be healthy. And the score it is giving me is 6.5 out of 10. If I remove this fund and add in some other mutual fund, it is going to give me a slightly better score, because then I'll be more aligned to my goal. Now let's go to the portfolio audit table. So here you're going to go through each fund one by one. You're going through the diversification role, the goal alignment, and the horizon fit is what we're going to look through here. So you can see through each fund, it has given what is the understanding of that fund. So it is saying that for Kotak Nifty Alpha 50 fund, there is a high overlap between the Nifty 200 Momentum 30 index and there is a review needed. The same answer it is giving below as well. Motilal Oswal Nifty 50 index fund, it is saying there is a moderate overlap with the Parag Parikh Flexi Cap mutual fund, but it is in the acceptable range. So I am going to have to relook at these two mutual funds in my portfolio is what I should understand from here. And now when you get into the final verdict here, I want you to read through the entire final verdict that you've made for yourself using this portfolio analyzer tool. If you have not done it already, pause the video, download the prompt and do it ASAP, then continue the video. There are a lot of really good points in this analysis right here. And for a free analysis, I cannot even believe this is a quality that we're getting. Your portfolio has no mid-cap or small-cap dedicated exposure. For an aggressive investor with a 10-year horizon, adding a mid-cap fund could improve your long-term growth potential beyond what your current funds offer. That is really good advice for the investment horizon that we've given here. The analyzer tool is also highlighting that the lump sum split is unequal. Parag Parikh and Quant each hold 2.5 lakh lump sum, while the others only hold much lesser. So it's saying that the weightage is reasonable, no need to worry. But if you're given a different number for yourself and it was not good at all, it would have been highlighted here. So that's one thing that you can understand. So it is giving about no concentration flag. It is saying that consider shifting your gilt funds into a flexi cap or a large cap index fund. And overall, it's saying that your SIP and lump sum equity allocation is well structured. The one misalignment is a gilt lump sum, which I've already put in. So in this case, I've given mostly good funds. But I'll also show you on screen another example where I intentionally gave few bad mutual funds in order to get the correct understanding of this tool. So hope you can see it here. This Samco Flexi Cap mutual fund, it is one of the worst performing mutual funds that I've seen, especially in the bull run which has happened in the market. So you can see that Claude is rightfully highlighting that this mutual fund has a certain problem. It's not up to the mark. It is having a high expense ratio. It is having a poor track record, and you should be relooking at whether you want to have this mutual fund continuing in your portfolio. So here what has happened, this portfolio analyzer tool has looked into all of your mutual funds. It has looked into your investment horizon. It has looked into your expected return rate. It has looked into what kind of risk-taking investor you are, and it has given a holistic view of your entire mutual fund portfolio. Not looking at one fund in depth, but looking at your entire portfolio in a single glance. But if you want to analyze one single mutual fund in depth, I've made a complete separate video for you. I'll link that in the I button right here. So this video, like many others, have been inspired by the comments that you're dropping down below. So if you have any suggestions for future videos or any questions regarding this entire concept, please make sure that you leave a comment in the comment box down below. So hope that you understood the entire concept really well. This is Ajay signing off. See you all again. Bye bye.